Hi, Kathianne Lewis. It's Wednesday and it's time for a faith lift. And so this came out of a class I did on Monday with some ministers, and we were talking about the difference between surrender, which is a good idea. We surrender our having to make stuff happen. We surrender our need to get involved when we are letting the divine work in our life. Actually, isn't that one of the first steps in a 12-step program? Is I surrender? I've done the best I could and I've made a mess. Now that's a different thing than giving up. It's subtle and yet it's so powerful. To give up is to give up hope, which is to give up any kind of intention for a better future. To give up is like, this is it. The give up energy is blah, 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 like being a deflated balloon. And that's not the same as surrender. See, with surrender, there's still hope. If we go back to a 12-step meeting, the reason that they're willing to surrender to something greater than themselves is they have a hope of a greater future. They have a hope that they're not going to be living the same old life anymore. So the difference between surrender and give up is give up, there's no hope. I might as well just settle for what I get. And I'm just going to, watch TV till I die or something like that. And then surrender is I'm filled with hope and I surrender my working on things so that something greater than myself can work through me. Now, think about it. And I'm hoping that you answer the same way that the ministers I was working with answered. And I said, how many of you watched miracles happen after you finally really surrendered you getting in the way and you working on stuff? And everybody raised their hand. And they're like, yeah. See, all those prayers that we put out into the universe want to come back to us. But if we're busy doing stuff, we're actually like changing the frequency. It's like it wants to come back, and instead of us being able to receive the miracle or the answered prayer or the solution or the direction that we've been asking for or putting out there, instead of being able to catch it, we're just busy doing stuff. Yes, I know that there's an old statement that says, pray to Allah and tie your camel. And it doesn't mean you don't do nothing. It doesn't mean you don't just end all activity. What it means is that you're active, but you're active out of inspiration instead of desperation. See, desperate energy does not give you the results you want. Honest. It just doesn't. So those are my ideas for this faith lift. I hope it helps you out because surrender is so important. Oh, one last example. In the old Beyond Limits class, when we actually got to meet in person, and I've talked about this before, but it's just such a great example. At the end, to get the idea of how we let a prayer go, we had to speak in such a way that we were filled with intention and yet no sense of controlling. So we were intent but unattached. Like that's a Zen koan right in there. Right in that, just work with that one and you'll progress spiritually leaps and bounds. To be intentional, directional, but unattached and not controlling. Whew. It'll change everything. Now think on that, work on that, try that, and I'll see you next week.
Use me, oh God. I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. I used to think that God was the sun, and God is the sun, but God's so much more than the earth and the stars and all of creation. God is creator, the all and all, needing us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Command my hands, what must they do? Command my life, it's here for you. God is the love that heals all creation. God is creator, he makes all things new. And God needs us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. God's needing us to shine its light, needing us to shine its light, needing us to shine its light as me, as you. Oh, use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show